Wow. Wow. All I can say is wow. Mwah. It was a thing of beauty. Vroom. What's up? Welcome back to Race 164, the show where we race toy cars and pretend like it's a big deal. This is day 7, I think, of the 2024 Father's Day Showdown. It's raining here again, but that ain't stopping us from a Friday night doubleheader. Whew! Let's go racing. All right. Here are the drivers for heat number 1 on the inside lane. Racing his daily driver, it's Josh Jensen in the Tesla Model Y. It's even the right color, although it looks kind of, I don't know if his is that sparkly though. Racing against Josh, it's James Collins in the SRT Dodge Viper. Here they come. We are underway with heat number 1. The Viper leads into turn 1. Oh my goodness, no! No! Not into the snow tires. Tesla spun out too. Oh, we are off to a rough start. All right, give me like 10 minutes to dig the Viper out of the tires. Thanks a lot, James. Couldn't keep it on the road? All right, I don't know what happened to the Tesla. It was going too slow to be on the camera, and James just decided to drive off the backstretch, I guess. And then I just had to move like a lot of stuff to get his car back. Clearly we got to do a rerun because nobody made it even close to the finish line, so we're changing lanes, running them again. Okay, boys, keep it together this time. It's heat 1, take 2. Slowly, door to door, into turn 1. James is going to keep it on the track this time. And while it didn't look Viper fast, a win is a win. Josh, I am sorry, brother. It looks like the Model Y might be a little too tall, kind of top heavy for the Speedway. Sorry, dude. Let me know if you want something else for the elimination bracket. James Collins takes the win, and he's moving on to main event number 1. All right, let's meet the drivers for heat number 2. Starting on the inside lane, we got Wendell Graber. All right, Wandering Wendell. Who's going to take the outside lane against Wendell? Oh, brother, Nate Tulloch. Wendell Graber is once again racing his 1970 Dodge Charger. Blown Dodge Charger, I might add. And 2021 Father's Day Showdown champion Nate Tulloch is in his 1969 Camaro SS. Woo! Just look at them. All right, here we go. Heat number 2. Here they come. The Camaro leads through turn 1. Looking in championship form. Here comes Wendell. A solid lap also for Wendell. But I gotta say, Nate was a big favorite going into that match. That Camaro has some serious speed. Let's take a look at the replay. Here they come. The Camaro leads through turn 1. Looking in championship form. Solid lap from both drivers, no doubt. Nate Tulloch here on the front stretch. Picture perfect block. When you're starting on the outside lane, that's what you gotta do. To handle turn 1 the best, you move down to the inside before you're up on the banks. And that's exactly what he did. He had enough room, pulled in front of Wendell, didn't touch him, never looked back. Great lap. Had a few issues here on the home stretch, got into the wall a little bit. So, you know, there's some room for improvement, but solid lap from Nate Tulloch. Moving on to the first main event. And Wendell, you completed a lap, which is more than a lot of the cars we've seen. So, yes, you're in the elimination bracket. You got a real tough draw, man. Nate Tulloch is a force to be reckoned with here at Race 164. So, hopefully, Wendell, you can get some wins in the elimination bracket. Clean win for Nate. He's moving on to the first main event against James Collins. All right, dice roll to determine lane assignment. A 4 for Nate, a 1 for James. James is starting on the outside. Sorry, dude. That was probably your only hope against a competitor like Nate. All right, main event time. We're under the lights in the Freedom Shed, brother. Here we go. Yellow, 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 green. Camaro on the inside. Nate Tulloch out to a big lead down the backstretch. Gonna take the solid win. Here comes the Viper, completing the lap. Nice clean race, gentlemen. That is what I like to see. Camaro on the inside. Nate Tulloch out to a big lead down the backstretch. Gonna take the solid. Look, James may have not been able to hang with Nate, but he showcased some pretty good driving at the end there, threading the needle between the Camaro and the wall. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thanks for coming out, James. We'll see you in the second round of eliminations. And just like that, former champion Nate Tulloch claims the 9th spot here in the top 16. Second Camaro to make it up on the shelf. All right, Friday night, let's keep it going. Doubleheader. Who's racing heat number 3, taking the inside lane? It's Steven Leishman, all the way from Australia. More on him in a minute. Racing against Steve-O. In the outside lane, we've got Mike Burmaster. Ooh, I don't know, Mike. You got a tough draw, brother. All right, if you've been around the channel for the past couple months, you will recognize this car. It's known as Leeway. A super late model car sent to me all the way from Australia by my new friend, Steven Leishman. First year competitor in the Father's Day Showdown. This car is real fast. Second year competitor, Mike Burmaster, is driving this 2020 Jeep Gladiator. And look at this. He's got the roof off, the doors off. Oh, stay put, you. Cutting down on weight, I guess. This thing is in race mode, dude. Should probably have some, like, window nets, though. Like, personally, I don't think that's safe, but he signed a waiver, so, hey, have at it, Mike. We'll see what happens. It's on the taller side of things, and some of them don't get along so well with turn 1. All right, I can't help but think the odds are stacked up against Mike. He's starting in the outside lane against a real fast car, but here they come. Look at the speed from the Wrangler. Oh, but it can't handle the corner. Leeway is gonna take the win. Mike is upside down in turn 2. Sorry, Mike. That Jeep is just a little too top heavy for the high banks. So let me know if you want to run something else in the elimination bracket. Sorry we couldn't finish the lap. But you know what? That thing might do well in the off-road challenge. So we'll see it again on race 164. But that thing went door to door with Leeway all the way into turn 1. It has serious speed. You never know. If you got the inside lane, maybe it could handle that turn and then just lay down a blistering lap. I don't know. It's kind of the same thing with Jessica and Laura's Jeep. They're fast. They're just a little unstable on this track. All right, Steven Leishman, the wonder from down under, takes the win. He's moving on to main event number 2. Let's meet the drivers for heat number 4. Starting on the inside lane, we've got Jesse Moxham, Mr. Fossil Fuel himself. Racing against Jesse. Who is it? On the outside lane, Brian Hall. Jesse Moxham is driving this, one of the greatest cars ever made, ladies and gentlemen, the McLaren F1. And Brian Hall is in this 67 Mustang GT. Look, also one of the greatest cars ever made. Just look at those lines. Two very beautiful cars in very different ways. Here we go, heat number 4. The Mustang leads into turn 1. But blocks the track. Okay, interesting strategy there. That's the first time we've seen somebody do something like that in order to move out of the inside lane, you know? Maybe you cause a wreck or whatever so you can change lanes and take the inside. This is the first time somebody's done that. Let's take a look. The Mustang leads. Okay, interesting. Looks like maybe he wasn't ready for the corner. And it just stayed too straight, and he went totally broadside. Jesse had no choice but to T-bone him, which is unfortunate. Because from what I hear, McLaren F1s are rather expensive nowadays. So the repair bill on that might be kind of big. Let's change lanes and run them again. All right, heat 4, take 2. This time the Mustang has the outside. Handles the turn better, much better. Oh, spins out on the home stretch. And Jesse T-bones him again. Okay. Jesse, how many front ends do you want to order for that McLaren? And Brian, what's going on, man? Keep it pointed straight. The Mustang has the outside. Handles the turn better. Much better. Oh! Brian had it in the bag, and then he spun out. Lost control on the home stretch. That was Jesse's chance, okay? Because he's a little bit outmatched, it looks like. This Mustang is quick, but he couldn't avoid him. He plowed right into him again, so we're going to change lanes back and do this a third time. All right, we got quite the battle raging here, and it's not even a main event. Okay, Mustang leads into turn one again. This time, he's going to do it. Here comes the McLaren. Oh, no. Jesse, sorry, brother. Maybe the fossil fuel you put in it was a little bit subpar. Maybe, you know, say McLaren F1 is the fastest naturally aspirated production vehicle ever. Maybe you need some artificial aspiration for it, you know? Maybe you need a turbo or two on that unit. Brian Hall takes the win, and he's moving on to main event number 2 against Steven Leishman. This has the makings of a very fast main event. Let's assign the lanes: a 4 for Steven and a 4 for Brian. Okay, fine then. Let's do it again. A 6 for Steven and a 1 for Brian. So Leeway is going to take the inside lane. And now it's time for tonight's made-up sponsor. Tonight's main event is brought to you by my signature move. Let me tell you about my signature move, all right? Your wife sends you to the store to get olive oil. You come walking out with olive oil, a Snickers bar, and a Hot Wheels car, brother. That's my signature move. I just did that today. I have done that many times. And it just hit me that that's my signature move. So I'm going to release that as a short, okay? My first YouTube short. I'm going to try it. I tried it once before. It did not go well. I think it got 2 views, so I took it down. So this one, hopefully, maybe, gets a little more traction. So stay tuned. The first real Race 164 YouTube short coming soon. I don't know when. I don't really even know how to make them, so yeah. Well, let's get back to the live action. All right, we're back under the lights for main event number 2. Steven on the inside, Brian on the outside. Door to door through turn 1. Leeway has the advantage, and he takes the win. Wow. Wow. All I can say is wow. What a fantastic race. That is the first time we have had 2 cars stay door to door through the whole turn. Nobody fell off the bank. Nobody crashed. Mwah. It was a thing of beauty. Brian on the outside. Door to door through turn 1. Leeway has the... That was so cool. That is so satisfying to see 2 cars race through the whole corner like that. Oh, I love it. Especially after Tuesday night's races where, like, we didn't have a single race where both cars even crossed the finish line. Steven Leishman, maximum leeway, moving up to the top 16. All right, super late model up there with Camaro, Lambo, Camaro, Mustang, Superbird, Pikes Peak truck, Dodge van, Aston Martin, BMW. 10 cars up there in the top 16. Only room for 6 more. Except there isn't room on the shelf for 6 more cars, so gonna have to move some. Okay, before we wrap it up, let's meet the drivers for our next night of racing. Taking the inside lane in Heat 1, Mr. Jonathan Henson, who's gonna race against Jonathan on the outside lane. Wes Perry. All right. Ford GT40 versus Audi R8. I like it. I like the sound of it. I'm going to wrap this video up right there. If your dad didn't win tonight, don't worry, brother or sister. He's already a winner because he's got you. Thank you so much for watching. Jesus loves you, and so do I. And I'll see you next time right here on Race 164. Too bad this thing's electric. I'm gonna have to coyote swap this bad unit.
you.